Hey guys, as you see, I'm on my channel here. Guys, my hair is getting super out of control. So, obviously we're all still locked up on this coronavirus isolation and no barbers. At some point I might have to figure out how to cut this thing myself because it's getting, like, it might be the longest I've ever had my hair. Like, it's long and not really manageable anymore. So, yeah. So, I asked on Instagram, what are you guys doing on your isolation? Or I'm going to. I don't know if I posted that yet. So what are you guys doing on your isolation? Comment down below. I am doing a whole lot of walks and a whole lot of watching TV, honestly. A whole lot of playing with puppies. And, yeah, a whole lot of hanging out with family. And that's it. Oh, I remember in the beginning days of social distancing when I was just sitting in the house not doing anything and I would still do my hair. And now we fast forward to now where even when I go to the park like this to walk, I still don't have my hair done. So that's where we've gotten to. The messy hair don't care stage of social distancing. Wonder if this begs the question whether you're social or not a social person. Is social distancing easy for you, or are you hurting to be around other people? Comment down below. Still in the messy hair don't care phase. And you know, one thing I've realized, if you get a little stir crazy at home, you can go driving. It's still social distancing. You're still not interacting with any people. And you know, I try to stay off major roads though. Like, no point in clogging up and causing traffic just because I'm bored. And yeah, that's one of my things I do, is just kind of drive around. I go to the park and walk. You know, there's really not anybody out, and you know, if there were, I guess I'd just keep my distance from them. I'm a social butterfly, so that's hard to do. I want to talk to people, and so not being able to is weird, but it's worth it in the long run. I am about to head out to the park, get some exercise in, get off my lazy booty. And last I checked, the parks were still open, which is good. I mean, there's plenty of room out there for people to go, as long as people are being smart about it. So yeah, go out there and hopefully show you guys a good nature hike. But not just watching it, you guys should, you know, find a way to safely entertain yourself. Stay home, stay in your area, and stay away from other people that aren't, you know, part of your quarantine family. But yeah, just kind of stay safe, and I'm gonna hopefully get some exercise in. Be nice. So day 487 of quarantine. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea what day it is. And here's the thing. People don't do things right sometimes, and it causes more things to get taken away. I was trying to go hiking, and then I showed up at the park only to find out the park was closed because people are like, social distancing, that means 80 of us can go to the park together. So obviously social distancing, sorry, I'm out of breath. Social distancing has to be done intelligently. Like, if the person's not in your household, your family, that's staying with you every day, then you can't be around them because they're around other people. And if everybody's around other people, then we're not really quarantining anything. So that's what it is. Okay guys, she's gonna be so mad at me right now because I'm making her wear this, but it's her birthday and I have to sing her happy birthday. So you ready?
Happy birthday to Trixie. Happy birthday to Trixie. Happy birthday, dear Trixie. Happy birthday to you. And that's it, guys. It's her birthday. She's so big, big, big. She hates clothes. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think dogs like clothes at all. It's no good, guys. Clothes are no good. Look at that face. That is a face of take this off of me right now. That's what that face is. That face is you're making a monkey out of me.
Since last week I showed you how to make hand sanitizer, you know, something useful. This week I figured I'd show you how to get one of these side view mirrors off of your car and replace it with a new one. New ones are actually pretty cheap, 20 bucks a piece maybe, 30 if they're nice. I mean, they go up from there. But the ones I'm gonna be putting in have an added bonus is you can tear stuff with it, and the blinker is built in. So you'll see here on this one, there's no blinker function at all. I have my blinker on. I'm sure you see the flashing around, but nothing here to let people know on the sides of me that I'm coming out. So the replacement ones have that, and let's get them on there. So there's some paneling that you have to take off to get to the bolts that we need to take off. And the first one is right here on the door, just above. It's right where the mirror is. That's a little triangular one. Then we have the one on the door handle here. Then down here, just behind the opening mechanism for the inside door handle. And then right beside this upper left door handle. And as you see, there's bolts, 5 bolts behind all of these that we're gonna have to take off with a 10mm socket. And once you're done with that, there's a little mechanism right actually on the lock that you just kind of pull out. It pulls off just like that. And then you have to unplug all your electronics that are, you know, your windows and things. So you have to do that so that the wires don't get broken. Now it's time for the scary part where you literally have to just pop the door off, wedge something in behind it. I used a wrench here, and you just have to pop the little rivets off. Then you simply just pull the door out and it comes out just like that. At this point, you unplug the old mirror's plug from the harness and you feed it through. And yeah, that's it. You just feed it through, and then we're gonna take this mirror off with the same thing. It's got 3 10mm bolts that I'll use a 10mm socket to get out. Now it's time to put the new mirror on. So you feed that mirror right back through that same bolting system after you feed the wire through, and you bolt it on first and get that nice and secured. Now get that door back on the way you found it, but make sure that you're slipping the wire harness through the proper opening so that you can replug everything back in. Now you do everything in reverse order, and you get everything plugged back in, bolts screwed back in, and panels back on, and that's it. There you go. As you see, it's got a turn signal, and it extends to be able to haul loads. So there you go. Not saying it was easy, but it's definitely something, if I can do it, you can do it. Just takes a little time and a little bit of effort and apparently a little bit of sweat, but I think that's just because I'm overweight and out of shape right now. So make Make sure everything still works. And it does. And just like that, you're done. So I decided to do some work in the garage. Put some new mirrors on a truck just to do it. And wow, it's hot in there. I'm sweating. So, all right, well guys, whew, I know I didn't film a whole lot this week, but I'll tell you this, I gotta accomplish more next week. I know I gotta get in the swing of this isolation and figure out things that I can do around the house, because I think I've been way too lazy, way too much. So getting a little stir crazy, and I think that I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make like a schedule, like a list, like back when I was at work, and this has to be done so that I'm actually accomplishing things.